Everyone, this is Darwell20, and welcome to episode 32 of Darwell20's Let's Play of Mechanical Mastery, where today my plan is to have refined radiance, this stuff. So this is refined mixture, this is refined radiance, and this is chromatic. I want to get these things crafted today. These are the last two pieces that we need to get our final star shard, okay? So this shouldn't be particularly a terrible craft. So what I'd like you to do is when the appropriate items are in either one of these, I want you to activate the arm. And it'll feed all three, but I'm okay with that. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to set up both of these right now. I don't think it matters which one does which. So for the sake of consistency or order of operations, how about we have chromatic compound first and refined radiance second? So what I can do then is have... let's hook up you guys together, right? So, like, these things aren't all connected to each other, which is fine. And I can have you extracting on, let's say, purple. And on the north face here, you can insert on purple. So that should fill you up with refined mixture, right? And then you're making more of these things because you now... used up your thing. So see how he immediately activated and started doing all this stuff? That's what's up. Okay? So now you're filling back up, and then you'll be disabled again because you're full. Alright? So let's start with this guy. That's going to be chromatic compound, right? So you're going to be powdered obsidian. Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to do this. Because these are going to be crafted recipes. Okay? So you're going to be this, but we're excluding the blaze cake and anything else. So you just really need those things, right? And then we're going to exclude the refined mixture and just say insert that and we're good. Cool. So for this to work, should be pretty easy. What I'm going to set up here... Thinking. Yeah, I'm going to want this. Okay. So you and you... and then you, and you, and then you, and you. And this can tap into... which channel settings do I want to do here? So you're doing 4 at the moment, and you're doing 4 at the moment, so it really doesn't super matter. But since you're coming across here, if I put this here, that should be cool. And then that should be good, right? So let's say that we're going to want 1 chromatic compound, right? You're missing powdered obsidian, which we can get. So everything else we know how to make so far, right? But you can only be made in a crushing wheel? Okay, that's fair. So let's do this. Let's say this makes that. And I'm going to remove this setup, right? Because we've got enough cinder flour at the moment. What I'm going to do is whack these guys. I'm going to put this back here. And then this can be a pattern provider for powdered obsidian. Does that seem smart? I mean, sure, I could make another crushing wheel if I wanted to. That would also be a valid option. But I don't think we're ever going to need more cinder flour than we currently have. So let's move this guy to somewhere else. Okay. And then we can take this stuff up off of here. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to do this. And then an interface. Cool. And that can all go into there. That should be groovy to go and do the thing. Yeah, cool. And then you can be a storage bus right here for the time being. And if it ever turns out that I need more cinder flour than I have, we'll manage. Okay. Now talk to me about what channels you got going on. So over here, we've got what? You're actually using 8 channels already? So maybe... maybe I make this a pattern provider. we make this a chest. This is going to be a little ridiculous. Okay. And then the pattern can go in here. And then we can laser IO them across. So on the down, you will extract 8 items at a time. And on the opposite side of this, you will insert. And then bing, bang, boom. Now if I want powdered obsidian times 20, start. Doing anything? Bueller? Bueller? Don't you feel like you did the thing? I'm a little worried that this andesite funnel would confuse things, but hoping not. Where do you think my powdered obsidian went? So if I got obsidian here, and I put it in this chest, that's what we should be seeing. And then it should be doing that. And then going in, and that's return inventory, so that should be working. Do I have too many channels here or something? So I bet if I was smart about this, if I swapped you out with a dense cable, I would have more channel options, right? Now you're using 7 over there. You got 19. How are we doing over here? 29 of 32. Maybe that's a little bit of a smarter situation to find ourselves in. Right? So you're going like, you got 7, you got 1. Yeah, you might have been a little overloaded on channels, to be honest with you. So we'll see if this behaves itself better, right? So you're doing this, you're cool. Now, do you think I could request powdered obsidian? That worked. Okay. That's working. I think that works. Okay. I'm cool. I'm good, right? You guys good? I'm good. And then we, 75% of the time, get our obsidian back. So that works. Right? Okay. Sweet. Now, I should do something about keeping obsidian in stock. And that's really your job, Chief. How do I want to do that? I think we should do a drawer. And we should have you push to the left. And then we can lock you. Okay. Now, what's your augment situation? I could augment you a little better. Right? And that would be a nice, steady obsidian income. Now, if I wanted to, I don't think there's any harm in doing what I'm about to do here. I'm actually going to break you. And I'm going to add you to the drawer system down here. Mr. Obsidian. Do we have obsidian in here somewhere? We don't. So let's do... Yeah, I changed my mind on how I want to do this now. I want obsidian to chill here, but with a void upgrade. Right? Because all this is going to cost me is 1 EMC, right? Effectively, if you think about it. Or maybe 4 EMC. Whatever the EMC costs, but it's a very small amount of EMC. So if I just void upgrade this, and then we ender chest our way... I'd really like some white wool, please. then what you should be doing is dumping all your obsidian in there, and now we're making obsidian, and it's going into the drawer system downstairs. Cool? I'm cool. How's my drives doing, by the way? Not bad, actually. You're doing okay. You're doing okay. I'm a little surprised at how okay you're doing. And you know what? These guys aren't making mob drops. That's right. They're doing fluidy stuff. So that's cool. Okay. So with that good now, right, we should be able to request one chromatic compound. And that will put the ingredients in here. Okay. So I'm going to snag those ingredients for a second, and we're going to use them to configure imports, right? So over here, you're going to insert on... I forget what item channels I'm using. I really need to add that thing where I can see what item channels exist on a network and what's in use and whatnot, and then I can easily see like what's available. That would be very cool. I'm like literally taking a note right now. Hold on. Where's my to-do list for Laser IO? Oh, I already have that note. Okay, so I already took that note. But in terms of item extraction, right? Realistically, we have a bunch of, but it's really only magenta for insert and orange, right? And magenta is really just returning items. So those are the only item channels we're using. So channel 3 for items should be fine, right? So you're going to insert on 3, you're going to extract on magenta. Okay. And that should be cool. So extract on magenta to send the items back. And you should probably filter chromatic compounds on that. Okay. But you're going to counting filter bing, bang, boom, that. Okay. So that's all that's going to be allowed here on blue. Okay. So now... in addition, I'd like to sensor card you. So remember we said the sensor card for this guy should be blue. So if blue, or if B has any kind of signal, it should be off, right? Anytime B is on, regardless of any other situations, if B is on, turn off the redstone signal. So what should happen is if I say, and B was channel 2, right? Yes, it was the magenta channel. So you're going to be a sensor card for the magenta channel set to and you're going to have the exact same filter, right? So if those 3 items are in here, it'll sense the presence of those 3 items. It will turn on this redstone signal here, which will turn off this redstone signal, allowing the mechanical arm to insert stuff. Cool. And while I'm talking about my mechanical arm, let's get him to here, 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 and here. Okay, so you're responsible for doing all the things. 1, 2, 3, place. Okay? So now you should be good. And if I extract on blue for this guy, and I should probably give you some overclockers so that you can be very fast about it. You ready? And I put these things back. When I put these back, what should happen, they should all go in here. The sensor card will detect all the items existing, allowing the mechanical arm to feed cake, and then it'll, when it's done crafting, extract the item and put it in the interface. You ready? After I connect him to here so that they're all on the same network. They need to be on the same network for the cake feeding mechanics. Cool? Alright. And now if we look, we've got our chromatic compound. And now I can easily request 10 more without a whole lot of trouble. And look, they're making all the things they need to make. How cool is that? And we're working. Is good, no? You're a little slow. If we put a tank here, and we moved you, and we set your output to be right instead of bottom, we made you netherrack again, and then we set you to... You're gonna keep this guy much happier, right? Because he only does an output every now and then. Cool. All right, so that's chromatic compounds being done. All right, now let's get the same thing for refined, right? So now all we need is a refined. Okay. You inserted the items into here. Chromatic compound is what we need, right? So you're going to wind up extracting on yellow, and you're going to insert on yellow and censor on yellow, right? So you're going to filter yellow one chromatic compound at a time, right? And then you're going to censor, and it's going to be channel 2 censor, just like this one. And or doesn't matter, because there's really only one thing that we're doing here. So if you have a chromatic compound, emit a red still signal on purple, which means turn this guy on, right? Purple or magenta output means turn on mechanical arm, right? So at this point, mechanical arm's not running. We can prove that by break and replacing. If he was allowed to run, he would charge this right now. But he's not allowed to run because the item's not in there. Okay? And I'm not going to worry about fluid. I'm going to assume that fluid's always going to work. Right? We're just going to blindly assume that fluid's cool. And then finally, you can extract on... Was it blue? Is blue what you're extracting on? No, you're inserting on magenta. So you extract on magenta. Right, blue is what we do the other one on. And you can have a filter for refined. Okay, so just extract refines from this guy and put them in the magenta channel. Cool. And watch what happens now. You ready? As soon as I insert the chromatic compound here, it will be extracted, it will be put into the basin, it will mix with the existing refined fluid, which will then pull this out and put it over there. Okay? And then this will also heat up, because the sensor will trip the circuit downstairs that says, hey, I've got an item in here, better let the mechanical arm run. Go. See that? Now what I might also do, I feel like this guy keeps inserting items even though his refined mixture is full. And I don't like that. So what I'm going to say is, hey, when you have some refined mixture in there, you're emitting on channel 3, right? How about your extraction of items needs to be a low signal on channel 3? Okay. Now, here's my question. If I make 9 of these, why do you only have 900 millibuckets there? I think you only use 100 millibuckets per refined mixture craft, right? So I should really consider reducing this number of sensing. Can I do that? I think if I take it out. No. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That should be like 199, I think is what it's set to right now. But I wish I could see that number. Right. That would be cool. So see how there's no items in there right now. because there's some amount of refined mixture, right? If I were to grab a bucket of this and it emptied out entirely, I guess I can't get a bucket of refined mixture, right? Can I break you? If I break and replace you, looks like you're still trying to make that. So what if I said, is there a way I can filter this to refined mixture? I don't know that I can. Looks like he's just trying to run even though there's nothing that he can actually make. Yeah, I think so. So if I break and replace this, he will suddenly insert the items he needs. Right. So what happened was this emptied a bucket's worth, this did that, and now he's making more, and he's going to stop adding items on account of the fact that there's refined mixture in there. Cool. I think that's cool. Yep, that's fine. And there's... Yeah, see, it made the refined mixture. I don't know how to filter. You keep making zinc. How do you keep making zinc? Why do you keep making zinc? Zinc nuggets are made with heated water. Oh. Well then. That's a thing. Okay. So that's where zinc's coming from. We figured that mystery out. How can I filter you? Because your problem is... List filter, attribute filter. Matches items against an effect. Use filter slots or creates components. Can I filter this? You can try, right? Allow list, deny list, respect data, ignore MBT. Can I do, like... I guess I can't drag. I can drag items in here, but I can't drag the fluid itself. Create chromatic return. That is a specific mod. You think I could do this? And apply you? And it would be like, oh, you mean the fluid, right? That actually may have worked. That actually may have worked. So if I break you now and place you... Oh! And now it's going to make find mixture? It is making... Oh, that's better. Isn't that better? I feel like that's better. Not that I care that we were turning water into zinc nuggets, but it was just annoying to me that it kept running, even though it didn't need to run. And now it stops. That's much better. Just from a visual perspective, that's better, right? I think so. Okay, so now we're, like, all good on chromatic. Alright, so now if we want to set up a final star shard recipe, I think we know how we can do this, right? Now that's going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 deployers. Okay. I feel like that's going to take a little bit longer. Let's get deployers here. Okay. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 deployers. So I probably don't need you. Okay. And this will be... Good job. 1, 2, 3. We should probably rotate these guys. And you're going to need to be a gearbox. There you go. Looks like he's almost done. Thank you. Look at you being all cool like that. Right? And then you can be your laser IO node at the end here. That will return items to the system. Okay? So you're going to be a chest. Okay. Now, here's what we need to do. We need you here. We need a chest here. But we also need a laser node here. And since you're far enough apart, I'm suspecting that we're going to need an intermediary here. So, like, here we should have a laser connector. And the laser connector, go here and connect this dude to this dude. Okay? Now you're going to extract on white like usual. And the pattern is going to be manually crafted. So let's do... You're used for this, right? But I need you each to be 20, right? Because it runs 20 times, right? So the nether star, yes, is 1, but you all need to be 20. So how do I change that? Middle click to modify amount. Middle click is overridden, probably by inventory tweaks. Does that to me all the time. Let's do refined. I think I'm just going to need, like, if I do this, does that work? That works. And then I can right click to remove one? Yes. Okay. And then nitro crystals. And then I can right click to remove. Precision mechanisms. Get that down to 20. And then essences. That can be 20. That can be 20. That can be 20. And that can be 20. Okay. And then we're going to need some very specific things here to happen. Now, you guys, I assume, are being filthy, right? Yeah, you have some extras, but that's okay, because that's the way your storage works. Okay. Every time I fly past that place, I get eggs. So what you're going to need to do is I'm going to need you to filter what's allowed to be extracted here, Mr. Andesite Funnel. You need to be filtered that you can only extract nether stars. Okay. And then you're also going to need to be set so that you can only do... exactly one item at a time. I love that new UI. I always forget about it, but it's very good. All right, so the gist will be as follows. We're going to... Boop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have to find a new place to get you some power, buddy. 7. You can get power from underneath, right? I think so. That's fine. Okay. And then what you're going to do is on the down, you're going to insert with a filter card the items in sequence, right? So it's going to be Refined Radiance Nitro Crystal, right? So Refined Radiance. Okay. Down, insert, filter, Nitro Crystal. Down, insert, filter, Precision Mechanism. Down, insert, filter, Basic Mechanical Essence. Down, insert, filter, Blue Mechanical Essence. Down, insert, filter, Yellow Mechanical Essence. Down, insert, filter, Purple Mechanical Essence. Okay? So the items will go in here. But you can't sit there because I need you to do that. But I could have you sit back here, maybe. That could be cool. I kind of don't want this on the main channel line. It can be. It could be connected to all this, but I kind of don't want it to be. Right? So that way I can have you just set to extract. We shouldn't need a filter here, right? But we probably do want it to overclock. Stacks at a time every tick. So, and then finally we want our pattern provider. That here with a cable. And then you go in there, right? So you put a nether star and 20 of each item in there, and then it's going to run. Now, before we have you extract, I'm going to also need you to circle your way back to over there. So you need to be an insert on the bottom of this guy on white with a filter card and a high priority. Okay, maybe not that high. So over here, we're deny listing incomplete precision mechanisms, right? We're going to have to see what the incomplete mechanism looks like for this. So before I allow you to extract, I want you to sit in there. So watch what happens when I request this. So if I want the final star shard, it has everything it needs, so let's go. It should add everything to those things. It actually doesn't have everything it needs. It needs to make some more refined radiance and some more polished crystals and all that stuff. So it'll be a sec. But it should go in here in a moment, right? So we're waiting on... We've got the precision mechanisms, we've got all the other stuff. We're really just waiting on more refined radiances. So there's your glowing ingots. Now you're making your chromatic compounds. And now you're making your refined radiances, right? And that's all happening over here, in theory. Why, you know, blaze caking? That's actually an exceptional question. What's going on here? Oh, because you did... Okay, yeah, no. I see. I should have you... The insert of items on that should be low blue. And then this guy should ignore. So that he can put cakes where they need to be. Yep. Minor tweak. Alright. Now if we watch this, what we should get... I'm not mistaken. So you're just waiting on a couple more refined radiances. And once you're done, crafting 2, schedule 3. Yep, you guys are both mixing. And I can totally speed things up, by the way, with, you know, speedy bits. Okay, so watch what happens. Everything's going to go in this chest now. And then it'll immediately be extracted and put into those guys. See? And now it's going across. And now that I've got my incomplete final star shard, that's what's allowed into here. Allow. Okay. Ignoring NBT. And that's what's going to be denied going into here. So you're not allowed to have incomplete final star shards. Right? So now if I put this back in here, and we reinsert this guy, he should loop his way back. But I need to add him to the list of things that are allowed to extract. So let's get another filter from here. Okay? And you're going to be this plus another star. Okay? And that is an allow list. Ignore NBT. So now you're allowed to extract from here, and you're going to run. Cool. 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 And then, right? How cool is that? So now it's going to take a minute because it has to go through 20 times, right? If you look at these guys with shift held, you can see what is in their inventory, so you know how many steps are left. How cool is that? I'm quite a big fan of this. Quite a big fan, actually. Quite a big fan of this. We should look at speeding this up, because we have plenty of stress available. Maybe we'll play with that next episode a little bit. So you're at 12. So we're almost halfway. Right? And then the final thing will turn into the final star shard. And that'll be cool. Right? And everybody's got the appropriate amount of items. And what I'm thinking I'll do is I'm going to have you in... until primary crafting result is returned. So next time we craft, it'll make one, and it'll be locked until it makes another. Is that fair? I think that's smart to do. Alright, so we're at 6 now, right? So we've just got a few more iterations to go. That's pretty cool. I'm excited about this, because this is very craftable right now. This is like next episode type stuff. So is this, for the record. But so is this. But so is this. So is this. That's so cool. 3, 2. So the next iteration should be it, right? Well, no, the next iteration, right? Now we have 1 to go. Star shard. Where'd you go, star shard? You're right here. Final shard ingredient. So you're extracting. Shouldn't you be allowed into here? Oh, you know what? I don't think I ever connected you to you. There you go. Star shard. Quest complete. Oh, that is cool. Oh, that is exceedingly cool. All right, very much wrapping up point. So Darryl20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Let's come back next time. Get some of this. Get some of this. I'm very excited. All right, for now, take it easy.